Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
Single on fish.
Welcome to The Odds Couple. It is week 20.
20.
Week 20 of the football season. We welcome you to the show, the Monday edition of the large program.
It's like half a year.
That is almost like half a year. Yeah, that'll be week 26 coming up in 6 weeks. That's right. We got a big show. Big show for you today. Roser math. Big show on this Monday. Coming up on the program, we'll talk about the weekend in the National Football League as the Shield weekend or the Shield season, regular season, has come to a close, and the playoffs are now set. We'll have some fish nuggets. We play the popular game show that is sweeping the nation. Who said it?
Who said it?
Comes up a little bit later in the show.
For the
you
drop.
say it again. I'll drop it.
Coming up later in the show, the popular game show that is sweeping the nation. Who said it? Yes, that's right. Coming up later. Also, we will have we'll look ahead to the weekend in the National Football League, and we'll look ahead to what's coming up in the college football playoff. We'll talk about those a lot more on Thursday's show, but we'll take a sneak peek at them today, and also have some free picks. If we got any free picks from college basketball or the NHL maybe tonight, we'll take a look at those during the break, fellas. All right, I'm Rob Fisher. Lang Whitaker is here. Hello,
Hey, Rob.
Lang.
How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Yep.
I've been gone for a minute.
Yeah, long road trip.
Yeah, and the holiday, and we didn't have a
I was
show over
going
the
too.
holiday.
Yeah. CJ was here.
Yeah, CJ was here doing everything, right?
I was gone also. I got back for the last 2 days of the week last week. So I was here Thursday and Friday, but the week before I was out. So, yeah, good to see you, man.
Happy New Year, fellas.
Happy New Year,
I haven't
everybody.
seen you since
Happy
last
New
year,
Year.
yeah.
I've seen you. You hadn't seen me.
Yeah.
You're all over the TV.
Where were you guys for New Year's, Rob?
We were in Phoenix for New Year's, and it was gorgeous, lovely. We won the game, which was awesome. And then after the game, the team had a little function to ring in the new year, and that was kind of cool. We were invited for that, so that was nice of them.
Any fireworks?
I didn't see fireworks, no. But then just hung out at the luxury hotel that we were at and sat out by the fire and enjoyed the New Year.
Fire pit? They had a fire pit.
Yeah, it was great.
I was at the Grind City Resort and Casino.
Oh, yeah.
And at lunchtime, that on the 31st, we went to lunch at a place on the water and pulled in, parked, and I hear fireworks. And I was like, oh, maybe they're like testing them out or something. And then it's like just a barrage of fireworks, like pow, 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 pow. And then I look, there's smoke coming from across the water.
No.
Oh no!
And I look at my watch, and it's 11:59 a.m. And I was like, I bet you somebody didn't hit the AM/PM switch on these fireworks.
Oh no!
And you couldn't see anything. Like you couldn't. I assume the fireworks are going off. There was just smoke everywhere. Like I guess that normally at night there's tons of smoke that we don't see. But and then the smoke was all blowing across the harbor toward us. So like I don't know.
How long did it go on?
About 15 minutes.
They didn't flip it.
I don't think they flipped the AM/PM. And then someone later was like, no, they had they were going to do a daytime fireworks show. And I was like, that sounds like an excuse.
Not true.
So I think they had to go to Walmart and buy more fireworks or
man.
Home Depot or somewhere.
Show probably wasn't as good.
It was fine the one that night.
Oh, that
yeah, I
was?
stayed up for it, but yeah, it was kind of funny. I think they messed up.
What'd you do for New Year's?
I tried to go to sleep and couldn't, and I record the games, and then when I wake up at 2 a.m, I just watch them, and I forget which game was on New Year's Eve, which one of the playoff games. I ended up just laying in bed watching that until I got tired about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then shut it down.
Yeah, well, we haven't gathered since Thursday's Odds Couple, and Thursday after the show, the Georgia Bulldogs took on Notre Dame in the final playoff game, a game that was delayed for a day after the attack in New Orleans. And, Georgia... were you surprised, Lang, that it went the way it did? I was kind of surprised that it went the way it did because it felt like, a couple of big Notre Dame plays were the difference in the game.
Yeah,
but it felt like Notre Dame controlled the game.
In a weird way, yeah, but I think it felt like Georgia did what they needed to do too. Like
at halftime, I still felt good for Georgia.
On Thursday, on the Odds Couple, I was like, I think Georgia's going to have to run the ball, use the clock, control your best defense is a good offense. And, it was 0-0 they had like a 10-minute drive in the first quarter. They get down to the goal line, and ETN fumbles for the first time in his college career.
Yeah.
And then Notre Dame goes down and scores. I think they got a field goal then, and that was, then Georgia's playing from behind the rest of the game. One of Notre Dame's scores was the punt return, kickoff return. One was when Georgia fumbled it on the 10-yard line, and they just scored on the next play. Other than that, like, Notre Dame didn't really move the ball. I think they had 150 yards total offense. They have all those great running backs. They didn't do anything. Riley Leonard was the only one who really accumulated any yardage. Georgia defensively was pretty good against them. Offensively, the running was not good for Georgia, the run game. They just couldn't really get on track with that. And the couple times, other than the one play where Arian Smith caught a long pass, everyone else dropped every pass they threw to him, which is sort of the theme of Georgia's receiving room this year. So, yeah, it was just a weird game for Georgia.
If you had told any of us in this room, hey, Notre Dame is going to play Georgia and they're only going to throw for 90 yards, I think we say, oh, that's because Georgia's defense is dominant.
Georgia did it again.
Georgia did it again. Never mind the fact, though, that in this game they ended up rushing for over 150. And that's where
I think 80 of those were Riley Leonard.
That's where the Notre Dame offense found, I don't want to say rhythm. It didn't feel like they had any real rhythm. It did feel like at times Georgia was getting in their own way. Kirby Smart, after deciding to, Lang has said this before, to be really, really conservative in the play calling, went for it on a fourth down, and they didn't get it, which led to a short field. If Etienne, we don't want to blame things on one play, right? That because it's a game, it's 4 15-minute quarters. But if Etienne gets into the end zone, or if just doesn't fumble that football and have weird things happen, right? I can't tell you how many times, this has got to be the only time I've ever seen somebody get hit head on, fumble the ball, and the ball go forward. Right? So if something like that doesn't happen, they were running the ball that drive really, really well. I do wonder if they get a score on that possession, what happens to the game. It feels like the game kind of turned all the way in Notre Dame's favor after that. And Georgia, just with a quarterback who didn't play a whole bunch this year, just didn't have anything for the Irish on that particular day. And I was shocked by how regular Georgia's offensive line looked, right? The Notre Dame was really able to get pressure on those guys.
Especially the Georgia left tackle was basically a turnstile. Like they were just coming from the backside of Stockton every single play, and they couldn't do anything. There's been a lot of like in not in retrospect, but I guess in the aftermath of the game, I've seen a lot of Georgia fans complaining about the officiating in that game. Specifically Georgia defense was just getting held every time they tried to rush, and like whatever. Like I don't want to blame the refs, but like there's these highlight clips going around of Georgia's whole defense is based on being able to get pressure on the quarterback, and you've got 2 or 3 guys who are elite rushers, and they just couldn't get to the quarterback. Maybe they're getting held, maybe not. But the officials screwed up a bunch of times in that game. I think the game was kind of too much for. Were they Big 10 or Big 12? They were one of them. The play where it was 4th down and they ran the punt team off and brought in the guys and then faked the snap, and they got the offside on the Georgia lineman. The Notre Dame wide receiver jumps about a second before the Georgia player does, but nobody saw it. Like the Notre Dame guy flinches first, and they just didn't call it. And then it's a first down for Notre Dame. But then there was a play where Notre Dame got called for an illegal shift on like a 3rd or 4th down, and they had to back up. And that was the wrong call also. The rules expert was like, no, that's wrong. So I wouldn't blame the refs. I just thought it was such a strange game. And it was like a weird atmosphere too because of everything that had happened in New Orleans in the 24 hours previous to it. Like it was just an odd game. And then you found out Kirby Smart's father was like, he passed away the day after the game, and he was like in the hospital during the game. So I'm sure that was, some sort of drain on him as well. Like the whole thing was just a weird week.
And then the start time was weird. I mean, there was a lot of weird about it.
It was supposed to be a late game. They moved it to 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock on the day of. That was odd.
If we could put up the bracket for a second, the college football playoff bracket. What stands out to me, at least in this first 12-team college football playoff, is in the first round we had all 4 home teams, all 4 favorites win and cover.
Yeah.
And then in the second round, we had all 4 teams that had a bye lose in the second round.
I I think that part, Rob, is maybe a bit not maybe, it is misleading. If we seeded this the right way, not with the, hey, you win your conference championship, you get a bye, we'll take
You're
the
1 through 4.
Right. So Boise State wouldn't have a bye and Arizona State wouldn't have the bye. The byes would then go to Penn State and I do believe Texas in that situation.
Kirby Smart, they asked him about that, and he was like, well, 2 of those teams are better than the teams that got the bye. He's like, that's why they lost.
Yeah.
But I've seen him say like there's been talk about how to fix the college football playoff, but they're not going to change that conference champions get an automatic bye.
Well, that's stupid. I think you should
At
have
first
it.
you agreed with it.
Well, I think they should get an automatic bid. I thought that's where you were going. The conference champions should get an automatic bid. The problem is, and I've pointed this out before, it was a handful of years ago, maybe even more, where Pitt won the ACC with a record of 7-5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're telling me one of those 7-5 ACC winner is going to get a top 4 seed?
And that's as it stands now.
That's ridiculous. So it should be you get an automatic bid, but then just seed them 1 through 12.
Yeah.
Best 1 through 12. Seed them that way, and
I agree with that.
and then just put them that way. In the top 4, get a bye.
So that way, it doesn't matter if you win your conference or not. So maybe
You win your conference, you're in.
but Ohio State and Oregon get byes maybe.
No, the way it would
You're
work.
just saying the top 4 teams, 1 through 4, whoever you're seeded, not dependent on conference or conference championship.
Correct.
That's who gets the bye.
And the way it would work this year, going to the last CFP poll, Oregon will have a bye, Georgia will have a bye, Texas, Penn State. Those were your top 4 when it was all said and done. So those are your 4 byes. And Texas beat Arizona State. They would have had the bye in that game. And Penn State beat Boise State, and Penn State would have had the bye. So when you look at it, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State. So 4 of the top 6 teams are in the semifinals.
Yeah.
So
All right. We got a big one tonight. We got a college football game tonight. Is the FCS Championship is tonight. The FCS Championship. North Dakota State and Montana State will battle tonight. Montana State comes in as a 3-point favorite. They are 15-0 on the season.
That's right. The Grizz.
North Dakota State comes in at 13-2 on the season. The total in this one is 58.5. I bring this up because
Montana's the Grizz, not Montana State.
Aren't they?
No,
You're
Montana.
right. That's not a Grizz.
Yeah, Montana's the Grizz.
Is that
I
a
do.
cougar? What is that?
looks like a coug.
Let's name that big cat. I'm gonna go cougar. I think they're the fighting cougars. Why not?
Bobcat.
Bobcat.
I bring this game up because, Lang, you have a pick on it. So if you want to just go ahead and break it down for us.
Yeah, I always go Montana State.
Oh, yeah?
In these games. Yeah. Any school from Montana in the Division II championship, that's one of my rules.
One of your go-tos?
Yeah, and we play the cards that we know are going to work, and Montana is one of my teams.
It's going to be a Big Sky team, right? When it's all said and done.
Probably.
If we start the year, as I knock everything over here, when we start the year looking for doing our FCS prognostications, we know that if you're not in Big Sky country, you're probably not winning the championship. So that means South Dakota,
right.
South Dakota State, Montana State, North Dakota State, and I guess North Dakota. Like one of those is going to win it.
Yeah.
Like every single year.
All right. I'm going Montana State. I'm going with you, Lang.
All right.
All right. Also, let's get to our big beats. Our big beats from the weekend. First off, we'll start with the Ole Miss Rebels and Hotty Toddy. Boy, they wanted to come out and cover that spread. They were an 18.5-point favorite over Duke in their bowl game, and Ole Miss not only covered, they crushed Duke 52-20. 52-20. So Hotty Toddy for the Rebels. Rebels proving that they should have been in the 12-team playoff.
No, they didn't.
No,
yeah.
no, they
didn't.
didn't.
No, they didn't.
No.
No, they didn't.
Why not?
They beat Duke. What are we talking about here? Duke shouldn't have been in either.
No.
They just proved that they're better than the bad teams in the ACC.
But nobody thought Duke should be in.
I give Ole Miss credit for it, coming out and playing in a bowl game. And playing hard, playing to win.
Jackson
in a
Dart
bowl game.
played their main guys played.
Yeah.
They tried.
Yeah, so that was good. All right, number 2 on the big beats of the week. How about King Henry? Derrick Henry, 43-yard touchdown with 3 minutes left to cover the 20 for the Ravens. Ravens were favored by 20 against the Browns, and they covered it thanks to Derrick Henry's late touchdown run. Every running back to record 1,900 plus yards and 16 plus rushing TDs in a season are Terrell Davis in 1998, Derrick Henry in 2020, and Derrick Henry in 2024. How about that? That's unbelievable.
So the Browns have the 2 pick in the draft.
Yes.
Because they lost yesterday.
Yes, correct.
And I saw like a mock draft this morning, and they had them taking a left tackle from LSU. And I was thinking, if I'm the Browns, like, wouldn't you take one of the quarterbacks or Travis Hunter?
No, don't want one of those quarterbacks behind that offensive line with those weapons.
I mean, this is your chance, though. This is how you get a guy under cost control for the next 5 years, and then you can use the money on other things, although you still got to pay Deshaun Watson hundreds of millions of dollars,
And you're still the Browns.
I would, if it was me, this is just my general rule of philosophy as an NFL GM, which I'm not, but if it was me, I'd get everything in place and then get the quarterback. That would be so the quarterback is not walking into a situation where he's getting pummeled behind when he drops back to pass. There'll be a good run game. There'll be decent, adequate receivers out there as well. And unless you're telling me I can get like an Andrew Luck in the draft, somebody who I can look at and be like, oh no, that he is guaranteed to hit. And I don't think there's that in this draft. And most of the time, there's not that in an NFL draft. So I would absolutely take the lineman if I was the Browns.
All right. Big beat number 3. Bear down. How about them Chicago Bears? Just misery, a horrible losing streak to end the season. They get a victory to end the season, a horrible losing streak, 11 games against the Green Bay Packers. Hadn't beaten the Packers since December of 2018. And they get it done for all the horrible, miserable, terrible losses the Bears had this year.
Yeah.
They finally got themselves a win. Certainly expected them to miss the field goal. The way things have gone for the Bears. I mean, expected that. But they kick the field goal, they get a win. So good for them, feeling good going into the offseason.
I actually have a clip from this game as part of Who Said It. We'll talk about it
fantastic.
later. But yeah, that was a classic Bears game from this week.
Man, so good for the Bears.
Going to the notebook real quick.
Let's go to Workplace Slay.
Workplace Slay.
Shouldn't they have tried to lose, though?
Yes, all these teams yesterday should have tried
like,
to lose, and they all won.
I know. Like, the Falcons ended up losing, and I was like, well, they should have lost. Like, once you know you're not going to the playoffs, like, might as well, like, try to get the better draft pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams texted Bears punter Tory Taylor, you're not going to be doing much punting this year. Caleb Williams passing yards on the season, 3,541. Tory Taylor punt yards on the season, 3,911. More punt yards than pass yards.
I'm surprised.
I love the confidence, though.
Do you think most quarterbacks have the punter's phone number?
No. Do you think most quarterbacks know the punter's name?
Rookie quarterback also.
Well, maybe he's like trying to be a good teammate. You know, he's like, yeah, let me introduce myself to these guys.
I don't know who the hell this punter is, but where'd he go to college? They must have a previous relationship. They have to, because why would a rookie coming in have anybody's number? Yeah. Anybody's number other than people he's played with.
Do you think they give you like a guidebook or like a directory?
We used to have those at Montgomery Bell, where every year we got a directory with everybody who went there's phone number. It was terrible.
He went to Iowa, this guy.
Okay.
It's great. That's how I got Dominique Wilkins' phone number.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
Fox Sports staff.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, I got Nick's number. He give it to you? Nah. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the weekend in the National Football League. Also, we got some fish nuggets coming up. That's next here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizz Nation, it's time to send Ja, Sharon, and Dez to the 2025 All-Star Game.
Oh! What did we just see, partner?
Take three! Take three!
Bain for 3. Bingo! This man Bain
Heating it up.
blocked by Jaron.
Most versatile power forward in the game today.
Head to NBA.com/vote, the NBA app, or simply use the QR code on the screen to send your Grizzlies to the All-Star Game today.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Odds Couple Monday edition of the Large Program. We're with you each Monday and Thursday from 2 until 3, live at 2 o'clock each
It's
Monday.
live on Twitter now,
Thursday.
too, or X, or whatever it's
We're
called.
what on Twitter?
It's
live on
there.
Twitter?
Yeah.
Hello, Twitter. Hello, X.
I don't know what we call it now.
Good to be live. Good to be live with you. We do it each and every Monday and Thursday. The NFL season, regular season, came to a close yesterday. The thing that struck me, a couple of things. One, I know this going in. The hardest weeks to bet in the National Football League are week 1, because we don't know anything, and week 17, because we really don't know anything. I mean, you can do all the research and everything on who's playing, who's not playing. And to me, I shouldn't bet as many games as I do, but I like to have action. So I have the action out there.
That should be your tombstone.
I like the action.
I like to have action.
I look at a team like the Chiefs getting 10 points against the Broncos, and I think to myself, well, the Chiefs, even their second unit, should be good enough to beat the Broncos. No, not even close. The Ravens, the 20 points scared the hell out of me. It's 20 points in an NFL game. I went with the Ravens, and it worked out. But it just... You see teams like New Orleans almost beating the Bucs when the Bucs actually needed to win. You see Carolina beating Atlanta when Atlanta needed to win.
You have to understand, though, the organizational DNA of the teams involved in this. Like I told you guys 3 weeks ago.
Like, why didn't Green Bay care if they fell to 7?
I don't know that. But I told you 3 weeks ago the Falcons were going to screw it up.
Yeah, you did.
And I could have told you the Saints were going to screw it up, too, before that game. And they led for a lot of that game yesterday. They were up at halftime, and then Tampa at the end got the win. But these teams, like, there's a reason they are who they are. There's a reason my Falcons suck. Because 7 years in a row not making the playoffs. Like, they're going to figure out a way to mess it up. The Saints, same thing. And conversely, there's teams like, well, I was going to say the Chiefs, but then they got blown out yesterday. Yeah. There's other teams out where you can say, like, all right, they're going to handle their business. Philly. There's,
Right.
Yeah,
you're playing
like
the
that.
Giants.
Yeah. So I think there's other teams you look at and you're like, okay, I think I can roll with this one.
Yeah, like I thought Buffalo would at least be able to take care of the Patriots.
Yeah,
at least that just take care of the Patriots, and they couldn't.
You would think.
And then the Patriots, you screw up your draft. I mean, again, why are you trying to win if you're the Patriots?
Well, I mean, this smells like a Lovie Smith type situation when he was at the Texans.
I'm on my way out.
I'm on my way out. Damn it, we're gonna win this game.
He tried to lose the game. He started Joe Milton.
Joe Milton balled out.
I know, but starting Joe Milton is like a pretty good sign you're not trying to win.
Right.
Yeah.
The understanding of organizational DNA is why I really don't want to jump on this Lions bandwagon. Right? Like that's they're gonna.
They were awesome last night. I was watching that game,
but they've been awesome last night.
Unbelievable.
They've been awesome all year.
Yeah.
Y'all think I don't like the Lions? My dad is a Lions fan and hates them. And he's like, you know what? I'm on the bandwagon. Lions are going to win the Super Bowl this year. It's like, okay, all right. I have my trepidations about it for no other reason than they're the Lions. They hadn't won a Super. They've been here the entire time the NFL has been here. No Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah.
No Super Bowl.
I wondered last night if the Vikings were kind of like playing like not to get hurt, and they were like, all right, we're just going to we'll try to win this game, and then like the Lions had dudes getting hurt, getting carted off during the game last night, and they're like, whatever, we're trying to win this damn game. Like that was like that Dan Campbell kind of like tough guy, Mr. NFL, strength coach mindset. But I was watching the game and I was like, I wonder if the Vikings kind of like, all right, if we lose, we lose, but we're trying to get out of this thing without getting everybody hurt on our team. Because the Lions, like they looked like it was their last game of the season, the way they were playing. I mean, last game of the playoffs. Like they were playing hard and playing hard-nosed.
If the Vikings find a way 3 times, they got inside the 5. You find a way to get anything. I like the decision to go for it on 4th down inside the 5. I love it. I would do it. But you've got to know when you get there, like, okay, 1st and goal from the 4. This is 4 down territory. We're going to call the plays accordingly. Too often, the Vikings would sit there real predictably, run the ball on 1st down, pass on 2nd down, pass on 3rd down, pass on 4th down. It's like, come on, man, be a bit more creative with your play calls, or just run the damn football all 4 times. You can get 1 yard if you start on the 4 and 4 downs, 1 yard on 1st, 1 yard on 2nd, 1 yard on 3rd. Boom, 4th down, you get the 1 yard, touchdown. There you go. I feel like they left a lot of points on the field because of play calling in that game.
Lions the hottest team in the NFL, right? Heading into the postseason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Who would you say?
Who else could it be?
Who else would you
Chiefs?
say?
Yeah. I feel like they're kind of limping into the playoffs.
Not the Texans.
No.
Not the Steelers.
No.
Ravens?
Maybe. Bills?
Yeah,
Bills,
the big 3 in the AFC:
Eagles?
Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Lions.
I would have thrown the Vikings in there, but they just
lost,
crushed last night.
Yeah, there's a schedule for this weekend. You got 2 games.
Commanders. Commanders are pretty hot right now.
2 games on Saturday,
Not
3
good,
games
but they're
on
hot.
Sunday, and then a game Monday. Minnesota at the Rams on Monday. Minnesota is one of 2 road favorites. Chargers favored at Houston as well against the Texans. A double-digit favorite in there with the Baltimore Ravens favored by 10 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Interesting. All right, there you go. There's your NFL schedule coming up this weekend. First weekend of the playoffs in the National Football League. We will break down all those games on Thursday, and also the college football playoff games on Thursday. But now, how about some fish nuggets? Nuggets. All right, the Steelers, who we just mentioned, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are the 3rd team in NFL history to enter the playoffs on a losing streak of 4+ games. Eesh, not a good way to enter the playoffs when you talk about teams that are hot.
You're a Steelers fan. Play pretend. We're Steelers fans. How do you feel about Mike Tomlin? The coaching job he's done this season.
Well, they're going to talk a lot about him getting bounced in the first round again. Mm-hmm. And what is it, 2017? They haven't been past the first round?
Yeah.
Wow.
No losing record, though.
But hasn't had a losing record. I'm sticking with Mike Tomlin through and through. I think Mike Tomlin's one of the best in the business, and I think they overachieve. I mean, for this team to be as good as they are this year with what they have, I think is overachieving.
Justin Fields is just sitting there not doing anything. But there's not a lot of skill players on that team. Like George Pickens is their best receiver. And he's a hothead. Like what are you going to do? Like I would kind of feel like the fact that they're in the playoffs is pretty impressive.
Yeah. All right, next nugget. Joe Burrow is the 3rd quarterback in NFL history with 4,500 passing yards, 40 passing touchdowns, and fewer than 10 interceptions in the season. The other 2, 2007, Tom Brady won the MVP, and 2011, Aaron Rodgers, who also won the MVP. But Joe Burrow's not going to win the MVP, is he?
No, team is too bad. He should, but the team is too bad.
These last 5 games, he's been ridiculous.
Throw away the month of September.
Yeah.
Like that Bengals team is.
Throw away the month of September for the Bengals the last couple of years.
Yeah, every year in the Burrow, and I'm blanking on the head coach's name.
Zach Robinson?
Zach Stacy? No, Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor. I almost said Kleiman. Yeah, that's just the way they do things. If they get 1 win in the month of September, they're in the playoffs, and we are talking about Joe Burrow as a legitimate MVP. He's been this season has shown me. When we talk about the best quarterbacks in the NFL, it's the 3. It's Mahomes, it's Allen, it's Jackson, and then I throw Joe Burrow in there also, and this year has shown me why. Like, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. They just got to start a little bit better. The Steelers last got out of the first round, Rob, in 2016. They made the playoffs and got bounced in the division round in 2017. They were in the division round in 2017 because they had a bye, but they played the Jags and got bounced up out of there. And then in 2020, 2021, 2023, and 2020, well, not 2024 just yet, but 21, 20, and 23, they got bounced in the wild card.
All right, we'll see what happens with the Steelers. They got a tough one, 10-point dog at Baltimore. All right, next nugget. Every quarterback with 10 times as many touchdowns as interceptions in a season since 2000. Lamar Jackson this year, 10.3 to 1 on the touchdown to interception ratio. Aaron Rodgers in 2018, 12.5 to 1. And Tom Brady in 2016, 14 touchdowns to every pick. That's unbelievable.
Incredible.
Derrick Henry, more on King Henry. Derrick Henry, the only running back in NFL history with multiple 1,900 rushing yard seasons. That's pretty amazing, too. And Mike Evans, everyone saw this last night. Mike Evans now has 11 straight seasons with 1,000 receiving yards. That ties Jerry Rice for the longest streak of all time. Rice has the most 1,000 receiving yard seasons with 14. Evans has 11. So that was kind of cool. I'm not for throwing the ball when the game's over and the time's running out.
Yeah.
But everybody knew what was on the table there for Mike Evans, including the Saints.
Stop it. You got nothing else to do. Stop them. You know what they're doing. You know they want him to get those.
Wouldn't that have been great?
5
Dude just
yards.
stands in front and knocks it out of
just
his
like, here
hands.
we go. All right. We're going to blitz everybody. Somebody's getting hit. We're hitting. Helmet to helmet. You're not getting this 5 yards. Let's go.
By the way, you're talking about 14 to 1 touchdown to interception ratio. I was looking earlier, the Montana State quarterback, Tommy Mellott.
Yep.
This season, 29 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Oh, goodness.
14.5 to 1.
Ooh.
Suck it, Tom Brady.
For Tommy Minot. Is that his name?
Mellott.
Mellott?
Mellott.
Mellott.
Tommy Mellott.
All right.
He's got to be Canadian. That's one of those people names, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
And he's from up that way.
Bio.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we'll take a break
He was
here.
born in Butte, Montana.
Who?
Butte.
Is it Butte or Butte?
Oh, Butte. Sorry.
As we give you the pick on this game, just really trust us because we have all the information. We will take a break. We'll come back. We play Who Said It when we return here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizz Nation, it's time to send Ja, Sharon, and Dez to the 2025 All-Star Game.
Oh! What did we just see, partner?
Take three. Take three.
Bain for three. Bingo! Desmond Bain
Heating it up.
blocked by Sharon.
Most versatile power forward in the game today.
Head to NBA.com/vote, the NBA app, or simply use the QR code on the screen to send your Grizzlies to the All-Star Game today.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off. Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy.
Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple here at Grind City Media. I'm Lang Whitaker.
Single on Lang.
Alongside Rob Fisher and alongside CJ Hurt. And a close-up of my laptop. It's on the screen right now.
So that's a single on Lang's laptop.
Yeah.
Single on Lang's
We're going to
laptop.
start, guys, it's time for Who Said It. The game show has been sweeping the Mid-South and the nation.
At what point does it sweep? It's been sweeping for a while.
It's just continually sweeping.
It's always going to be
It's
sweeping.
going to just keep sweeping.
Right. Just keeps expanding out.
Just keep sweeping. It's like keep chopping, they keep hammering that rock.
Gotcha.
Just keep sweeping. We're going to try to sweep this thing. All right, I got some bonus clips for you guys to start with.
Sweet.
And the first one involves somebody we've come to really appreciate and admire as part of Who Said It. Jameis Winston, Fish's favorite. Jameis made a commercial this week for Popeyes.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you guys have seen this.
No.
Oh, that watermelon eating some of them.
So let's watch Jameis's commercial.
Turn it on, Jalen.
It's better with the audio.
That's 7 letters.
He spelled Popeyes.
P-O-P-E-Y-E-S. That's 7 letters. 7 letters. And one represents an excellent, delicious wing flavor. Popeyes is the official wing of watching football. Let's eat one. Let's eat some wings. Together.
I hope he's back somewhere, someplace next
He'll play
year.
for like 5 more years.
Right,
somewhere.
and hope he's with someone who needs a
That
quarterback
makes me
so he
hope
can play.
the Browns don't draft a quarterback with that number 2 pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Just
got
keep
Jameis.
Keep Jameis around. People like him. It'd be fun. Make good content.
Or draft a quarterback and play Jameis until the guy's
You're
ready.
not going to do that because whoever you draft is going to be better than Jameis.
No, I know, but you're going to have a miserable line and everything. So let Jameis get beat up until you're ready for the new guy to play.
I also read a story this week about who was the offensive coordinator in Tampa when they won the Super Bowl. Byron Leftwich.
Leftwich, yeah.
And the year that Jameis threw 30-something touchdown passes and had 30 interceptions, Leftwich was the offensive coordinator. And he's trying to get back in the NFL now, Leftwich is. And there was this, he was talking about Jameis, and he was like, man, I wish I'd had more than 1 year with him to like work on his decision-making because you can tell like the skills are there and, all that stuff. But then Brady came in the next year, and it all kind of went out the window. Another clip here for you guys. And this is nothing really for us to guess or anything. It's just a funny clip.
Right.
USC wide receiver Jacoby Lane won the MVP of their bowl game, and they interviewed him on the Sports Center after the game. And it's a good clip of a voice you don't expect to hear from a giant wide receiver football player.
Right.
I love the high five.
Wrong clip.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the play was, but I just know anybody that gets a play called for them is going to execute on this offense. Everybody came to this bowl week. Everybody came and banded together, and I think when anybody's name was called, everybody knew what time it was, and we just tried to do our best.
He's a young kid. I'm like, I don't want to make fun of him, but it is interesting to hear him talk.
Can you imagine that voice right there talking trash, torching you for 3 touchdowns? Yeah, bitch, get up, get up! You can't leave.
Mahomes does it to people every week.
I know.
That's a good point. That's a good point. The
Maybe
Terminator.
the Chiefs should get him. All right, now we got clips.
All right,
we
here we go.
saw that first one, but we'll do it anyway. The first clip 1, is it's a coach who says, "I love the high five. The high five to me that goes back to being one of the greatest inventions of all time."
Yeah, I saw this actually, so I knew who it was before we actually accidentally saw the clip a minute ago. But that's Jim Harbaugh. Yeah.
I love the high five. I mean, the high five to me is, that goes back to being, one of the great inventions of all time.
One of the greatest inventions
it's like
of all time.
when the Jerry Seinfeld meme where he has the real thick glasses that you see. That's what he looks like.
Just every year the glasses get
Do you
progressively
know who
more
invented the
thick.
high five, by the way?
It was Dusty Baker.
That's right.
Yeah.
Baseball Hall of Famer Dusty Baker.
No.
Yeah.
Like that, the high five is recent?
I mean, it was in
when he played
the 50s, 60s.
I mean, that's still recent enough.
Dusty Baker, I think he was on the Dodgers at the time. He invented the high five.
He and I forget who
Glenn,
this teammate
somebody?
was. But the high five at home plate, and it just became a thing.
It just took off.
Yeah.
Huh. Tighten
took
that
off.
mic up, man.
Speaking of taking off. All right, clip 2. Here we go.
All right.
That was the best dump of my career.
The what?
And it was French fries. Seemed like they were a little salty.
Wow.
Who said it?
This is the second time this season we've had one of these type quotes from somebody in football. Remember the Saints interim coach had something about going twosies? Oh, boy. Who was this?
The Saints interim coach went to the bathroom and it wouldn't flush.
Yeah.
Before the game, and he said it was a crappy situation.
Right. Listen, man, I don't even know where to begin on this. It's not a lot there to show a lot of personality. Best dump of my career.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't even know where to start.
It's a college football coach, I'll tell you that.
It's a college football coach?
Yeah.
Which one of these nut jobs said that? All right, who's gonna be eating French fries before a game?
I assume they played here recently, right? I mean,
I don't know. It's from bowl season.
Bowl season. Boy, I don't know. I can't even guess on this.
No, I can't even. Lane, you stumped me. I don't even got to guess.
Lane Kiffin.
No. This is Northern Illinois coach Thomas Hammock. Roll the clip.
You know, that was the best dump of my career, and it was French fries. It seemed like they were a little bit salty.
They won the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
So he got dumped with
French fries on him.
Oh, Lane, you're a trickster. You're a trickster, Lane.
I'm surprised you guys didn't see that clip because it was kind of viral for him.
With the best dump of my career, I actually started thinking to myself, okay, maybe they got dumped with something. And then the French fries, I was like, I didn't put the Idaho potato together with the French fries.
The Duke's Mayo Bowl might have tipped you off because, PJ Fleck got the Duke's mayonnaise poured on him the other day. Yeah.
That was a good one.
All right. Clip number 3. We talked about the Bears game. Do you know who the announcer was who was watching this game, and when the Bears make the terrible fumble, he calls it literally a second before it happens, and he says, "How can the Bears screw this up?" Do you know who it was? Who said it? Basically, just pick one of the
Greg Olsen.
NBA,
I don't know.
NFL announcers.
I'll go with Spiriditas.
All right, Olsen Spiriditas. Who we got?
Daryl Johnson.
I mean, like every Bears fan is watching this, going, "Oh my gosh, how are we going to mess this up?"
Oh, that's the announcer's zinc right there.
Now they've got to overcome 1st and 20. It's DJ Moore.
And there they go. That's how they mess it up.
Listen to the clip. Listen.
By Green Bay. The answer to Daryl Johnston's question is a fumble. And the Packers take it over with 1:49 to go.
I didn't mean for it to happen, actually.
Nice.
Moose
and Kevin Kugler, who's fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good. You hear the announcer curse. I'm sure, Fish, you've cursed a free throw shooter or two.
Pete tries to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't missed one in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep, that works. That works a lot.
All right, we got 3 more clips here. All right, clip 4. Coach says it's just different. It's just totally different. These comparisons to other conferences, the ACC, the Big 12, we might as well be in different leagues, not conferences, the different leagues. Here's the NFL, here's the SEC, here's those few Big 10 teams, and then here's everybody else. Who said it?
Marcus Freeman?
Lane Kiffin?
It's just different. It's just totally different. These comparisons of other conferences.
It's actually a long clip, and it's pretty good.
I mean, it's just like you might as well be in different leagues, not conferences, different leagues.
He makes a case.
Like here's the NFL, here's the SEC, here's those few Big 10 teams, and then here's everybody else.
I think Jacob cut it. Yeah, because he says here's those few Big 10 teams, and then here's everybody else. And then he talks about you go to Death Valley at night. He names off a bunch of different stadiums where he's like, it's like a different environment than going to, Purdue or whatever, and he was saying it's just harder top to bottom in the SEC than these other conferences to him. I think that was after that game, after their bowl win. But he it's a very long clip, and he actually halfway through the clip, he stops. He goes, "Now see, you got me going. I'm going to get in trouble," because he knows he's going to get yelled at for talking about how the SEC is better than other conferences. But Anyway, it's interesting.
Yeah, because they're not. We had this conversation on Friday, Lane. I no need to rehash it, but yeah,
I put this clip in here mostly for you.
Playing it at Kentucky at night is really, really hard. Going to Nashville, facing that raucous Commodore crowd is hard. Come on, man. There are good teams and bad teams in all of these conferences. The split doesn't need to be. And when it comes, it'll come because money is driving this whole thing. When the split comes, it won't be SEC and a few Big Ten teams and some of the other teams from the ACC, Clemson, Florida State, those types of teams, right? The split will come with the good teams in all of those conferences leaving their conference mates behind. Yeah. So it will be the Michigans of the world leaving, the Purdues of the world behind. It will be the Alabamas of the world leaving, the Vanderbilts and the South Carolinas behind, right? Like, that's the split that's coming. It won't be SEC and everybody else. But whatever. Lane Kiffin, get out of here.
Good guess, though, by the way.
Yeah,
CJ.
like he's been the biggest crybaby of all of the SEC crybabies, man.
I knew CJ would like that. All right, clip 5. God. I don't really want to talk about the past, just because I think we've been in that. I think we've been in that for a little bit here. I think the best we can do is get ready for the playoffs. It's a new season. That's the only thing that really matters anymore at this point. Who said it?
This is the Steelers.
I was going to say Mike Tomlin, right?
But it
doesn't sound like Tomlin. You thinking it's a player?
No, Tomlin, I don't think would say anything this whiny. This reeks of Russell Wilson. This feels like Russell Wilson to me.
I don't really want to talk about the past.
My God!
Just because I think
let's go.
We've been in that.
I don't want to talk about the past
for a little bit here.
The question was like, you guys have lost 4 games in a row going to the playoffs.
Get ready for the playoffs. It's a new season. That's the only thing that really matters anymore at this point.
Like just the I say whiny because it does read as whiny, but Russell is one of those like overly optimistic type people where it is no, yeah, that's bad, yeah, sure, but let's look forward. There's so much to look forward to. Whereas Mike Tomlin would come in, yeah, it's not good. We got some players here who don't want to be here. Yeah. We'll get that right. You know, the standard is the standard. Mike Tomlin. Yeah, no, he wouldn't say anything like that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the past. All right.
CJ's on a roll.
Last clip. See if you can get this one, CJ. I understand why you're asking questions. I don't want to talk about myself that way, but I'll just be clear. I'm a winner.
Oh.
I know how to win. I've won a championship. I won a championship in this building, and that's who I am. So.
So, Rob, I might be overthinking it. Lang is a master at these things. He gets me tripped up. So I'm leaning football, but I'm not sure because he has thrown curveballs here before. Who's a winner somewhere though? Who won a championship in a building? Because also winning a championship in a building, do we say that in football? Like, is that how we talk about it?
Not really.
Yeah, I might be overthinking it though, Rob. Don't let me mislead you.
We're thinking basketball.
I think so.
NBA.
Maybe.
I understand why you're asking the question. So someone who they stink right now.
I mean, Dre, Steph, the Warriors, they've won championships.
It's something Draymond would say, but I think he would have said, "I won 4 championships." Yeah,
they're real particular about how many they won.
Right.
All of them have the number.
You know who it's not, but it would be. It sounds like it could be this person, especially like what they're going through in the moment. Pat Riley.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. But Pat Riley's not talking.
He hasn't done anything.
Jimmy? I mean,
Jimmy hasn't won a championship.
No, he didn't.
No,
that's true.
I've won a championship in this building. Gosh. I don't know. You got to guess, Rob. I'm a winner. Who's won championships in the NFL who would say something like that? The only champion I can think of right now is the Chiefs, who've won in recent memory.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anybody else who's won.
Let's go Draymond.
I'll rock with it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Roll it.
I understand why you ask the questions. I don't like to talk about myself that way, but I'll
what
just
championship in what building? Okay, he won with the Packers there.
I won a championship in this building.
All right.
And that's who I am.
Got me out overthinking.
A championship in this building. What building did he win in?
I guess they won it were they playing in the Dallas yesterday? Or where was that game?
Dallas played
the Commanders.
The Commanders yesterday.
Must have been in Dallas.
No, I feel like it had to have been in Dallas, and the championship he won in Green Bay had to have been in Dallas.
I thought you guys would guess a football coach because it's the time of year where today's Black Monday, everybody's getting fired. At the end of the season, they ask the coach, hey, are you going to be here next year? We know all
So
that
he
stuff.
hasn't been fired, right?
As far as I know.
So far? So it's 5. I believe it's 5 now. Jacksonville, New England, New Orleans. Jacksonville, New England,
The
New
Jets fired
Orleans,
theirs a while
the
ago.
Jets, and Chicago.
Yeah.
Those are the 5.
Pierce operating as if he'll remain Raiders head coach. That's one of the headlines.
All right, good. I mean, listen, why hire this guy if you're going to let him go after 1 year?
Like Gerard Mayo?
Yes.
Raheem Morris?
Yeah, like, come on, man. Listen.
I'll give you some reasons why you might want to let him go after 1 year.
Hey, I hear you on the Raheem thing. I would still give him 1 more year. The Mayo thing, I think the Patriots know they can get Vrabel. And it's like, well, hell, if we can get Vrabel, let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just not a fan of letting any other coaches go. Be it Callahan in Tennessee, who had an abysmal
What if
year
the coaches
also.
like egregiously like mess up the clock, timeout management, all that stuff?
You have
a few
to
times.
You have to be Urban Meyer bad, where it is bad on the field and you're hands down random chicks' pants is at bars and stuff like that, kicking field goal kickers.
What if you give up 44 points to the Panthers? In a must-win game.
A must-win game. Oh, man.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
What if you wear
But
capri
give-
pants a lot?
No way he wears capris.
Yeah.
No.
Raheem Morris wears capri pants pretty often.
Got the ankles out. Shout out to ankles.
All right. Let's take a break on that note. When we come back, we'll look at the early lines for the weekend. Also, some free picks. Y'all got free picks?
Absolutely.
All right, we got free picks. All right, we'll do that when we return as well. This is the Odds Couple live on this Monday afternoon on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Ring in the new year at Southland Casino Hotel to win your share of over $100,000 in free play, cash, or a 2025 Lexus. On New Year's Eve, we're turning up the energy with incredible entertainment. Dance the night away to the beats of DJ Epic, Jerome Chisholm, and the M-Town Band, and an electrifying performance from Troy Laz. There's only one place to win when the clock strikes midnight, Southland Casino Hotel.
Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
When's the last time you guys played a little one-on-one? It was, I don't even know, like maybe last summer, and there's some footage out there that doesn't want to be released. Like he claims he took it easy on me, but I always beat him.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Odds Couple Monday edition of the Large Program. We'll be back with you on Thursday, live at 2 o'clock. And on Thursday's show, we will preview the college football semifinals and dig deep into those games and the trends and our picks and all those things. And then also we'll look at the first round of the National Football League playoffs as well. In fact, let's take a look at the college games coming up this weekend. The semifinal games, you have Notre Dame, a 2-point favorite against Penn State in the Orange Bowl, and Ohio State, a 6-point favorite over Texas as well. Either one of those surprise you at first look, or either one of them stand out as what
was the Notre Dame one?
Notre Dame 2.
I feel like that's probably about right. Those teams feel kind of even to me. I think I would just ride Ohio State the rest of the way.
Boy, they look really good.
They look great.
I mean, you talk about teams getting hot. Not that they were bad all year, but what they've done since the Michigan game has been incredible.
Yeah.
It's the best
they
played.
lost. They lost a month ago to sorry, CJ, an underwhelming Michigan team.
No, don't be apologetic.
Yeah.
Like, that was incredible as a Michigan fan to watch. I've seen Michigan do a lot of things. I've never seen a bad Michigan team beat a good Ohio State team.
I thought for about half of that Saints Buccaneers game yesterday, the Saints were going to win. And I was listening on the radio. I was driving from Florida to here, and I had the Falcons game on one channel and the Saints on the other channel. And I was going back and forth. And at halftime, the Saints were ahead. And I was like, I cannot believe I'm cheering for friggin' Spencer Rattler and the Saints. And they're beating Baker Mayfield and this Buccaneers team in Tampa Bay for most of the game. And I was like, there's no way this is happening. And then the Saints turned into the Saints.
The Saints
turned into the Aints, I guess.
Yeah, they did. Also, we got the NFL games. Let's take a look at those one more time. One double-digit favorite, that being Baltimore over Pittsburgh, a 10-point favorite there. Chargers and Vikings, the only road favorites. Then you have Denver is an 8.5-point dog at Buffalo. Philadelphia, 4.5-point favorite over Green Bay. Great first-round game there. What game are you looking forward to the most? I think Philly-Green Bay is probably the one that I like the most.
I like that Steelers-Ravens game. I love the way they play football in the AFC North. It's just going to be a bunch of dudes out there hidden. I'm assuming there'll be some type of wintery mix because it's the AFC North in January. Steelers-Ravens, I think 10-point. It wouldn't surprise me if 10 points weren't scored combined in that game. I think that's a whole lot of points to be laying there. I'm leaning Steelers on that one. That's the game I'm most intrigued by, most excited to watch.
I'm a little interested in that Vikings-Rams just because, the Vikings were one game away from not having to play the Rams in the first round of this thing. And then the way the Vikings played on Sunday night, they were so bad that I wonder if, yes, they played the Lions, but still, they looked terrible. They couldn't score in the red zone, all those things. And this is one of those games where it's the Rams. You figure like, all right, he's gonna Stafford. Somebody's gonna figure something out. They're gonna, they're gonna be able to pull this thing out, and it's only a 1.5 point line.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty even. So that might be interesting.
All right,
this could be where Sam Darnold's loser DNA finally shows up.
And everybody takes their jersey back.
Yep.
Time for some free picks.
All right,
free picks. We got one. All right,
I got one for you. Tomorrow night, Kentucky at Georgia basketball. And Georgia's actually, I think, 12-3, something like that. They're pretty good this year. But I watched their game against Ole Miss on Saturday or Friday. Saturday? It was this weekend. I watched the game against Ole Miss. Georgia's awesome on the boards, gets tons of rebounds. They have a guy who's going to be a top 10 pick in the draft, probably Asa Newell, big guy who can shoot, block shots, dunks, leads college basketball in dunks. But Kentucky's better, and I think they have better players all the way around. They're favored by 3. So I would take Kentucky and lay the 3.
All right. CJ?
Mississippi Valley State is I love my HBCUs, right? Shout out to Valley. They are atrocious athletically right now, and men's basketball is especially bad. They got 2 wins, I think, on the year, and I think those 2 wins are like D2 teams. They are plus 16.5 against Alabama A&M. I would lay the points with A&M, easy money. I've never made a bet I'm more sure of. Mississippi Valley State has 9 losses of 20 or more points, and the other 2 losses that they have are both by 18. If I remember correctly, give me Alabama A&M laying the 16.5.
I'm writing that one down. I'm gonna have to add that to my ticket. Alabama A&M minus 18.5.
16.5.
Oh, that's it?
Yes.
All right.
And one of the wins that Mississippi Valley State has is against Mississippi University for women. Miss U for women.
No.
Like what? Rob, I can't make this up, man. Like I don't know how this is a thing. I'm looking at men's basketball.
Miss U for women might mean something else.
No, it says Mississippi University for women Owls.
Fish's earpiece came out again.
Oh my God.
I'm looking. Let's see who's on the box score. Are these dude names? Yes, they are dude names. Trent, Jackson, Cam, Darian, Chris. Yeah. Mississippi University for Women Owls. How about that? They got men there.
Wow. And they beat them.
Well, no. Mississippi Valley beat that school.
Yeah.
Beat them 66-49.
Right.
But again, what division is, Rob, do you got picks? Give the picks. I'll give you more information on Mississippi.
All right. Well, I think
University for women.
I think we mentioned it earlier. We're going Montana State tonight, minus the 3 against North Dakota State. Yep. Also on the ice tonight.
You never bet against Tommy Millot.
No, never.
From whatever.
From Butte,
Montana.
On the ice tonight, we're going to go with the New Jersey Devils. We're going to bet them 60-minute bet. They'll win it. It's a 3-way bet. You bet them to win it in 60 minutes in regulation. They'll win in Seattle against the Kraken. And then we got a college basketball pick tonight, free pick here as well. Rutgers plus the 1.5 against Wisconsin. Rutgers plus the 1.5 at home against Wisconsin. That's my big bet of the night. Big bet of the night.
Big Dylan Harper guy?
Yep. Go
Ace
Rutgers.
Bailey. Yeah.
And Brevin Knight's brother is a coach at Rutgers as well. Yeah, how about that?
Mississippi University for Women, or MUW, the W, as they are sometimes called, is a co-educational public university in Columbus, Mississippi. It was formerly named the Industrial Institute and College for Education of White Girls. So white girls at the University of Mississippi.
Where's Columbus, Mississippi?
This is getting better.
I'm not sure. Men have been admitted to MUW since 1982. And as of 2022, made up 23% of the student body.
It's not far from Starkville. Looks like it's about 30 miles from Starkville, something like that.
All right.
Maybe it's like a sister school.
Where do you go to school?
What, did I go to school?
No. I'm role playing here for a second. Let's say you went there. Where do you go to school?
I go to the Industrial Institute and College for the Education of White Girls. Why do you ask?
I don't think you do.
Oh, that's some good stuff. This place can't be real.
No.
What division are they in? Now I got to know.
What's their nickname?
The division.
The Owls. They're the Owls.
That's right.
The division seems like it's kind of obvious what division they're in.
Yeah. All right. Are we going to leave you on that note, or we still got something else?
No, I got so much more. We don't got time for that, though.
I'm going to order CJ a T-shirt from that school.
Please.
Absolutely.
I'd wear it. I would wear it. That's the wrong out. Where's the out at? There it is. Y'all got me over here drunk off in the schools for the white girls.
That's going to do it today for the Odds Couple Monday edition of the large program. We'll be back with you on Thursday at 2 o'clock to get you set for the college football semifinal and the first round of the National Football League playoffs. All that coming on Thursday's edition of the Odds Couple. For Lang, for CJ, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us here today. We'll talk to you again on Thursday at 2 here on Grind City Media.